Today we are going to discuss about one experiment, that is power and phase measurements in three-phase system by 2 wattmeter method. So first of all we will discuss how we are measuring the power in case of a three-phase circuit. So the measurement of power on three-phase circuit is possible by the use of wattmeters. As we know that wattmeter is a device by means of which we can measure the power. So the power measurement can be done by the following methods. Number 1, single wattmeter method. Number 2, 3 wattmeter method. Number 3, 2 wattmeter method. So first we will discuss single wattmeter method. So as the name specified, here we are using a single wattmeter to measure the power. So look at the circuit. So in this circuit, you can check here, one wattmeter is connected in a phase R, and by means of which we are measuring the power. So in this case, this wattmeter is having two coils. The first coil, which is connected in series with the phase R, is called as current coil, and the second coil, which is connected in parallel across the terminal R and the neutral point N, is called as pressure coil, and it will measure the voltage. So the power consumed by the circuit is nothing but the W here. So we can say that the wattmeter will measure the power consumed by the particular phase R is W here. Then what about the total power consumed by this balanced circuit having three phases R, Y and B? That is, the total power W total is equal to 3 times of W. That means 3 times of the wattmeter reading which is measured in the phase R. Then we are going for the second method, that is 3 wattmeter method. As the name specified, in this case we are using 3 wattmeters which are connected in each phase R, Y and B. So in this circuit you can see here we are connecting 3 wattmeters here, W1, W2 and W3. These are the 3 wattmeters connected in this 3-phase load. So here you can see the pressure coils of each wattmeter are connected to a single point called as neutral point. So pressure coil of W1 is connected to neutral. The pressure coil of W2 is also connected to neutral, and the pressure coil of W3 is also connected to neutral. So in this case we are using 3 wattmeters. Let W1 is the wattmeter reading of the first wattmeter, W2 is the wattmeter reading of the second wattmeter, W3 and is the wattmeter reading of the third wattmeter. Then the total power consumed by this 3-phase load is equal to W1 plus W2 plus W3, that is equal to 3 times of W, and it is for a balanced 3-phase loading condition. Then third method, that is 2 wattmeter method. So in this case you can see the circuit here. We are using a 3-phase load condition. This 3-phase load is connected to the 3-phase supply R, Y and B. Here we are using 2 wattmeters. This is 1 wattmeter, that is W1, and this is the second wattmeter, that is W2. So look at the connection of the pressure coils. So the pressure coil of first wattmeter and the pressure coil of second wattmeter is connected to the rest phase, that is Y. So R and B are the two phases where wattmeters are connected, and the pressure coils are connected to the rest phase, that is Y. So here you can see that W1 and W2 are the readings of the two wattmeters. IR is the phase current, IB is the phase current for the phase B. So as we are discussing here, VRY is nothing but the voltage the line voltage across the terminal R and Y. VBY is the line voltage across the terminal B and Y. So in this case, one phasor diagram we need to discuss. So first of all, we will take the reference, that is VR, then second Vy, and third one is Vb. You can see here, these are the phase voltages. They are displaced with an angle of 120 degree from each other. So let's consider the current IR here. So this IR current is the phase current which is lagging behind the voltage VR by an angle of phi here. Then we are extending this line by means of which we are developing a phasor called as VRY. It is the line voltage. So this line voltage VRY is displaced by an angle of 30 degree with respect to the phase voltage VR. Similarly, we can develop another phasor, that is VBY. So VBY is the line voltage which is displaced from the phase voltage VB by an angle of 30 degree. Then we'll consider a current, that is phase current IB. So this IB will displaced or lag behind the voltage VB by means of the angle phi here. Then we'll consider the angle beta here. So beta is the angle that is equal to 30 minus of phi. Similarly, the angle between VRY, that is voltage, and current is alpha, and it is equal to 30 plus of phi. So you can check here. Here we are considering two angles, that is alpha. Alpha is the angle between the line voltage VRY and the line current IR, that is 30 plus phi. Similarly, we are considering the angle beta here, which is the angle between the line voltage VBY and the line current IB, and the angle is beta is equal to 30 minus of phi. So by means of these assumptions, what alpha and beta we are getting here, we can find out the measurement of power. Let's consider the power measured by the first wattmeter, that is W1. Again, W1 is equal to Vi cos theta. So V here we are considering VRY, that means the line current. Current here we are considering, that is IR, and cosine of the angle between VRY and IR, that is alpha. What we can find out, we can found in the previous slide. So VL into IL into cosine of the angle alpha. Instead of alpha, we are writing here 30 plus of phi. Similarly, for wattmeter 2, W2 is the power which can be written as Vi cos theta, that is VBY into IB into cosine of beta, that is VL into IL into cos of beta. Instead of beta, we can write here 30 minus of phi. Then total power W is equal to W1 plus of W2, that is VLIL cos 30 plus phi plus VLIL cos 30 minus of phi, that is again equal to, so I am taking here common VL into IL, that into 2 times of cos 30 into cos phi, as cos A plus B plus cos of A minus B, we are getting 2 cos A into cos B. So in this case, we are putting the value of cos 30 degree here, that is root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 here we are considering, or W total is equal to root 3 times of VL, that is line voltage, into IL, that is line current, into cosine of the angle phi. Then in next, we are going to calculate the measurement of power factor. So as we know that W1 is equal to Vi cos phi, that is VRY into IR into cosine of the angle between these two, that is alpha. Again it is equal to VL into IL into cos of 30 plus phi. Then WT2 equal to VL into IL into cosine of the angle 30 minus phi. So here we can consider the difference between the two wattmeters readings W1 and W2. So W1 minus W2 mod is equal to W2 minus W1 mod, and it is again equal to, we are putting the value of W2 here, VL IL into cos 30 minus phi minus VL into IL into cos 30 plus phi. Again it is equal to, so I am taking common VL into IL, then the remaining part is cos 30 minus phi minus of cos 30 plus phi, which is equal to 2 times of sin 30 into sin phi. So cos A minus B minus cos A plus B, it is giving rise to sin A into sin B. Then the next we can write here, it is VL into IL into 2 times of, instead of sin 30 I am putting the value as 1 by 2 into sin of phi. So finally what we are getting, WL W1 minus W2, which is equal to W2 minus W1 mod, that is equal to VL into IL into sin phi. So in this slide you can see here what we have, W1 plus W2, that is equal to root 3 times of VL IL cos phi. Take it as equation number 1. Then the second, W1 minus W2, what we are getting here, VL IL into sin phi. In the last slide we are finding what, VL into IL into sin phi. Now take the ratio of these two equations. Take the ratio of these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2, we are getting as equation 2 divided by equation 1, that is W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2, that is equal to VL IL sin phi divided by root 3 VL IL cos phi. So here we are getting 1 by root 3 times of tan phi. So phi is equal to tan inverse root 3 times of W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus of W2. So phi we are getting here. So power factor, what we need to develop, that power factor cos phi is equal to cosine of the phi value. The phi value what we are getting here,